Hi, I'm Peter from London Grapple, and today I'm going to be showing some details from the leg drag pass. So, our opponent's going to be on his back in open guard, and this is a move we're going to go for when our opponent's spine is curved. If he's extending his spine out like this, it's going to be harder to turn his hips, and I'm going to look more for toreandos. But in this situation, our opponent's spine is curved, and we can set up this reaction a number of ways. If I create an angle and Nathan goes to follow me, he's going to have to curve his spine. So now as you square your hips up with me, I'm going to have an opportunity to go for the leg drag. So for now, we're just going to start with our opponent flat on his back. To initiate this leg drag, I want to create a very slight angle just to give me the ability to drag his leg effectively. If I'm square with him, I'm going to be using mostly my arms to drag his leg. But when I step out to the side, I can now use my whole body to drag his leg. So all I'm going to do is take a small step outside of his hip, and now I'm going to look for a C-cup on his ankle like this. And then now I'm just going to punch his leg into my armpit and do like an uppercut type of motion. So I'm stepping out to the side, I'm punching his leg into my armpit, and now as I step out, this leg's becoming light, and then after I've dragged his leg, I'm going to step this leg in past his hip like this. And now I've passed the line of both of his feet, so I want to move up to start controlling his hips and his knees. So this hand's going to go to his hip, my other hand's going to go to the knee here. And now all I need to do is look to swallow Nathan's knee into my armpit to start dropping chest to chest with him. But it's really important here that we know how to finish this position. So I don't want to start dropping this knee. This is what a lot of people show, but it's wrong because Nathan can easily frame on my upper body and open his knee again here, and I'm going to have a lot of problems. So what I want to do is I want to be doing the opposite of that. So once I get to this position, I'm cupping the hip, I'm cupping the knee. If Nathan's trying to turn into me, I'm just going to be walking this way to keep turning his hips to the side. So I'm countering his movement with my own movement. And then now when I see the opportunity, I can just push his knee into my armpit. And the second this happens, I'm going to drop my outside knee to his hip, like this. And I'm looking to bring my ear to his far shoulder, like this. And then now I can start progressing up, looking for cross faces if he's giving it to me, or if he starts turning, I can start looking for underhooks to come around and take his back. So I've got my opponent in front of me like this. I'm taking a small step out to the side, making this leg light, and I'm dragging into my armpit, and straight away I'm going to be stepping past his hip and then bringing my head straight away over his far shoulder. Now I'm going to switch my grips. One grip goes to the hip, the other grip goes to the knee, and now I can be moving across to accentuate this turn on his hips I have. And now I'm dropping my outside knee, and I'm starting to look to bring my ear to his far shoulder. So most of the defenses that Nathan has here is going to be him turning into me, but he can also start look to coming into turtle, and me having my foot under his shin like this with my knee closed is going to make it really difficult for him to heist his bottom leg out, and that's going to make securing this position much easier. So here again I can look to bring my ear to his far shoulder, control the head, and come around into side control. So one more time, my opponent's flat, I'm stepping out to the side, and I'm turning, rotating my body so that I can have a lot of power when I drag his leg like this. And now as soon as I've done this and his foot's come past the line of my hips, I'm stepping past his hip and I'm bringing my head over his far shoulder. And this is the most important thing. And this is why we're focusing on getting past the line of his ankles, because while his feet are here, it's hard for me to actually put pressure on his upper body. But the second that I've stepped past and dragged his leg, now I can start applying pressure forward. I'm going to control the hip and control the knee. So I can go into the same finishes we did before, but a really common reaction here as well is my opponent starts stepping on the floor and looking to shrimp his hips out and turn into me like this. So the second I see my opponent do this, I recognize that he's now extending his spine. So to finish this position, I can look to push his leg past and go straight to either side control or knee on belly. That's going to depend on where he's framing. If he's framing on my shoulders here, I'm just going to push the knee past and hop around to knee on belly like this. Whereas if he was framing more on my legs, I'm just going to push his leg past and drop straight hip to hip, and now I can control. Side control. Okay?